Alright, so today's topic is, I know I just literally ripped off DVDR, but anyways, today's topic will be about me. I am now isolating myself. I am isolating myself. Obsolete. Whatever I said, you know what I'm trying to say. I am now isolating myself. Why? Now, what do I mean in that context? Well, I have a history, like I said, of being bullied and junk like that, specifically in school, and at home, back in my childhood family. Why? Because of my interests. For whatever reason, I have a huge interest in Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's say like a huge interest of mine, a huge hobby, a huge passion, franchise passion or fan. I'm just a fan. I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. On top of it, I'm a platform video game fan as well, like Mario, Crash, Pac-Man. That's not platform, but you get the point. I like technology, like computers and different operating systems and how the hardware works and junk like that. Science. All my science talk with the planets, outer space, even though that doesn't exist. Time travel, that one doesn't exist. The multiverse, which that one definitely doesn't exist as well. And flat earth topics. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the stuff I'm actually really interested in. My day-to-day talk. If I'm talking about anything, and trains too. That's it. If I'm talking about anything, it will either be science, fiction, science fiction, and I forgot. And trains, roller coaster slash vehicle junk. Those are the main things that I'm always talking about. Now, as a kid, I've been bullied mainly for liking Sonic a lot and liking, platform video games, specifically Nintendo family friendly games, as a kid, which did screw me over. But the bullying at school, unfortunately, is expected. So I'm going to give them a pass. However, my childhood family, they didn't like that. I think to them it was cute at first that I had something I was passionate about, but obviously I guess to them I had an obsession over Sonic. I would slightly agree, because I did write Sonic Armstrong on my papers back in 2nd grade, and his teacher didn't like that, so I'll give them a pass on that. But the fact that they got so annoyed by the fact I like something, that I like Sonic and acted like Sonic. I know it's weird, don't get me wrong. I acted like Sonic. I tried to do his voice. I liked his music. I did a bunch of fan art. Sonic was a huge inspiration in my original characters. Sonic was a huge inspiration of the novel. With me and my childhood immediate childhood family sibling. I'm pretty sure if you know about context of the novel, but yeah, check my other channels. But anyways, yeah, Sonic was indeed a huge influence in my life. It basically kind of shaped me. That franchise basically kind of shaped me, as far as fiction work. So yeah, that's that. But like I said, my childhood family, oh wow, somebody have looks like getting a little car crash here or something. That's not good. Anyways, well, yeah, I was bullied and made fun of and even belittled back when I was a child for that. So yeah, that's how I've been dealing with that for a while. Ever since I was a kid, always even to a teenager. Eventually, one of my childhood siblings got sick of me voicing the Sonic, I mean, I did a Sonic line. It was random. I just walked in the room and said a Sonic line, and then the childhood family member told me, childhood sibling told me, "You've literally become Sonic." And that really upsetted me. And I think that was the day. That was the day I started to not like Sonic. What I started to isolate myself from presenting all of my interests and all that stuff. I believe that would have to be either late 2015 or 2016. One thing I can guarantee is, I think this is 2016. Yeah, I think it's 2016 because that's when Nazo Unleashed was released. Well, the trailer of the sequel to it. Yeah, I'll give them that. It was a little weird, but at the same time, that's when I realized maybe I need to stop being myself in front of people, you know? I even remember in 7th grade, was it 7th grade? I think it was 6th, no, it was 6th grade, because that was the year, that was my worst grade of elementary school ever. 6th grade. I was 12 years old. Oh my gosh, that year was so bad. A lot of stuff happened to me. Yeah, from school and home. Back in my childhood family. And yeah, childhood school. So, basically, I remember pretending to stop liking Sonic for the sake of them not bullying me, not bothering me. I remember pretending. I even vocally said it. I haven't announced it, but every single time they mentioned it, I was basically compensating for their feelings. Just so I don't get bullied no more, I pretended to. But obviously, one of those days I got caught watching Sonic, and then they made a huge big deal over that, which made me like upset. But anyways, going back to my high school years, after that immediately, that childhood sibling told me, I had to give us some water. After that sibling, that childhood sibling, called to me, that's when I decided, you know what, maybe I need to stop. They're not interested. So I started to isolate myself one by one. I stopped promoting my YouTube channel back to my family. I just started working in silence, doing my thing, voicing my own characters, you know, all that stuff. And then 2017 hit is when we lost our house, and we had to end up going to living in a motel temporarily. At the time, we had you know how motels are operated. They have a big old TV or whatever, and my computer, aka the school computer at the time, was the main source of entertainment for my childhood family of 2017. I provided that because I'm the one who downloaded movies and all that stuff, and TV shows, mainly movies and junk. I provided all of that. And whenever they wasn't doing their thing, I put on my occasional Sonic or Mario and junk like that, and I mean jack shit to them, which is fine. They don't have to watch it, obviously. They don't have to like it either. But I think, because I remember they were saying, you still like Sonic? You still watch Sonic? Aren't you like 17, 16 years old? Getting too, basically, they were just blowing me up. I'm too old to be liking Sonic and still be watching Sonic. What is this cop doing? Okay, for a sec, I thought that cop was trying to slow down for me. Like, what did I do? I know I have black skin color, but I don't constantly think that, okay? Anyways, sidetrack. Anyways, basically they was calling me immature because I still was watching Sonic. So from there, I even take it a step further. I stopped playing Sonic and Mario stuff. And every single time I did, that's when they always was super quiet. Like, they got bored, like, what is he putting on? That's what you want to watch, Ray. I mean, obviously, yes, you got your own computer. You got your own phone right there. Yeah, I remember being told that. one of my childhood parents. I bought you that phone, Ray, so you don't have to do all that. And at the time, I was working on SydeLeaderRay episode 1. Well, I mean, obviously he didn't understand. Whatever. Obviously he didn't understand why I needed to use the computer. Because SydeLeaderRay, that's a big project, so you need a computer. Anyway, so yeah, the point being, he was even annoyed by it. My childhood father. So yeah, childhood mother and childhood father and childhood siblings, they were annoying. So I said, you know what, screw it. Let me stop even further. And at the time, in 2018, I'm gonna say early 2018. That's what that's when July 31st, 2017. That's the first day I met my biological family. My biological father, he was cool. Obviously, I came in with what information was told about me. Obviously, so I had to keep my guard up. And obviously, I didn't like him at first. And all that stuff was showing all kinds of hatred towards him and stuff like that. So, to compensate for the way because he didn't even, it seemed that he didn't even like me at the time, my biological father. So yeah, anyways, he doing this thing or whatever. So every Sunday, every week, for like Friday, I think it was every Sunday, either Friday, it was mostly Friday, but every week in 2018, after school, it was Friday. Every Friday after school in 2018, I asked for someone of my childhood family to take me out of my biological parents' place. I just did not like that place. I was having a hard time. Don't get me wrong, yes, it was a hard time. I generally did go through some things back in there. Completely different lifestyle from my childhood family. And I didn't like it. So I made sure, because of that. My biological family, they was more accepting with my interests versus my childhood family. Yeah. But anyways, going back to what I'm trying to do. When I was creating SydeLeaderRay episode 1, obviously I used one of my childhood siblings' computer, and oh my gosh, it was very vague, very not specific of what are the terms and conditions of me using their computer. They seemed like they was fine, so I made sure, I'm the tech guy, I know what I'm doing, so I made sure not to mess anything up. My childhood sibling had in their computer. So I managed to complete. After I think a while, the constant complaining, don't change no settings and stuff like that, which I really wasn't. Unless changing the background is part of a setting, which technically it is in the settings app. It is Windows 10 anyway. But they said no playing games on our computer, no watching games, and it was just. I understand. It's their property, and I don't want them to feel like I'm violating it. So, SydeLeaderRay episode 1, I managed to finish most of it with my childhood siblings' computer. Then I finished the rest of SydeLeaderRay episode 1's, developing SydeLeaderRay episode 1 on one of my biological biological family's computer. So yeah, and that person too had a problem. Don't get me wrong, I will say that one also was my fault, because I was trying to update and all that junk. So, they sent me a text saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Obviously, I'm panicking, but I called the person and say, hey, I'm done. So I just stopped using their computer as well, to making, all my stuff, isolating even all my stuff. So whatever it is I like, whatever it is I'm doing, I'm isolating. I decided, you know what? I'm done with them. So then I gave my childhood sibling one last chance when creating Side Novel Episode 2. It was the first scene of Side Novel Episode 2 I was creating. I was making it, and then they kept complaining to me. I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. I'm isolating myself now. So I decided to do like a 45, I think it was a 40-minute walk to the library to work on Side Novel stuff and to watch my, Sonic junk and all my interests and all that stuff. I stopped talking about Sonic and all that stuff, and that's pretty much it. 2019, that's when I moved back with my childhood parents, my childhood family of 2019. I mean, it was a good visit. I liked that visit. That was a good one. 2019, my childhood family 2019 was a good redemption. Like I said, it was in the redemption era. Look at my tweets. So yeah. I did occasionally put on, my Sonic and junk, which they too gave me the eye again, the eye roll, that junk, side eye and junk. So I stopped there. I did finish making Side Novel Episode 2s on my one of my childhood parents' computer, which I do even have a tweet with that. I mean, I was already sick of it too, because that childhood parent, even she didn't complain either. But I'm trying to not use pronouns because I'm not trying to reveal information. But if they watch it, they see the video, they see it. Hello. Anyways, that childhood parent, she didn't really complain like that, but at the same time, it was reminding me of why I decided to isolate myself from using people's phones and computers and stuff in the first place. So I decided to finish. I finished Side Novel Episode 2. Released it, and I was like, you know what, I am done. I'm done. I stopped it. Side Novel Episode 2 was the last episode of me using someone else's computer for my interests and all that junk. Don't get me wrong, I had a phone, and most of Side Novel Episode 2's development was created on my phone anyway. It's just for the specific scenes like that needed certain drawings and animations. That's when I needed to use a computer. So yeah, Side Novel Episode 2 was released in 2019. I think it was July 2019. Yeah, released that. Did its thing, and yeah, 2020. That's when my childhood family moved down here in Georgia. I did occasionally, roller coasters. That's when my coaster enthusiasm started to really kick off in 2020 during fake vid, then the pandemic. So yeah, I used to talk about a lot of roller coasters and stuff like that. I mean, that at the time it was cool because that's when we first start going to Six Flags. That's when we first start going. Those first 5 years of Six Flags Great America and Gurnee, Illinois. That's when. But when 2020 hit and I was talking about nothing but roller coasters and junk, that's when they also started to give a side eye about that. Fast forward from 2021 all the way up to now. Now I just, you know what, I'm done. I said I'm done. 2021 is when my modern parents was established. One of my modern parents didn't like, I mean, it's not like they didn't like it. It just, like, what is this? What is this? Like, what is this? It goes back to the whole, men watch sports and junk. So yeah, that's where it goes back to. What the heck? This person just ran the red light. Yeah, that person just ran the red light. Lucky that there are no cameras here, I don't think. Oh no, I think there is. So he might be getting a ticket. Anyways, yeah, so from here I just decided, you know what, I am done. The most recent thing, I still get the temptation to, present what it is that I like roller coasters and trains and junk like that, Sonic and, technology, multiverse. I'm just stopping. I no longer put on my YouTube videos, even if it's Six Flags or even if it's a new theme park, whatever. I no longer put those on. I mean, I get it. If they're not interested, they're not interested. I'm not gonna, shame them for it. The part when it comes to me is when in a sense, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of forcing my interests. I'm kind of forcing them to, watch some they're not really interested in, maybe. So I guess I'm guilty in that scenario. But primarily speaking, if they're not interested, then I'm just done. I'm just done. I just stopped. They put a new light over here. That's cool. Yeah. Anyways, I just stopped. I just stopped. I don't talk about my interests anymore. I isolated with myself, which now I feel even more lonely about. Unfortunately, I hate feeling lonely. I really do. That low-key kind of pisses me off because I'm feeling like the world. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I stopped. I isolate my interests. I mean, I still occasionally talk about time travel and multiversal junk and stuff, and even Rick and Morty and junk, because I recently showed Rick and Morty to one of my modern parents, and they was like, "Oh, it's a cartoon because it's not real." Obviously, it ain't real, but whatever. I had to emphasize it was Adult Swim, but but still, it's a cartoon, and cartoons are for kids. That's the issue I have with society. Everything is like, if you like something that's formatted in a sense of what a child is like, then something wrong with you. So apparently something's wrong with me, because I quote unquote like childish things like Sonic, even though Sonic is kind of for kids, kinda. Considering the new writers are here, it's a little bit different. So I'm not going too much in there, but that's pretty much it. I don't talk about the stuff I like anymore. I'm just another loner person. Yeah. I only talk to it with my boys. With the boys, that's it. Which I do have a group of the boys, Yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.